I'm Sarah Decker, and on April 11th, I was rushed to Albany Med due to a life-threatening emergency that I had at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. On the morning of April 11th, I woke up. At this point, I was about 6 weeks pregnant. I thought that I was just having regular morning sickness, but on that morning, I also felt some pain in my abdomen. I was very nauseous, and I threw up a couple times. And then I started to pass out. After the second time, my husband and I decided that we needed to call the ambulance. When we arrived at Albany Med, they took me right into the emergency room. The doctors and the nurses immediately surrounded me. They could tell I was losing a lot of blood, and they ended up being able to see that I had a lot of blood in my abdomen. Dr. D'Onofrio was the doctor in charge. I was very, very scared, and she took charge, she comforted me, and she saved my life.
So we encountered Sarah in the emergency department. They contacted us immediately when she came in. We kind of pretty quickly diagnosed ruptured ectopic pregnancy. An ectopic pregnancy is a pregnancy that's located outside of the uterus, so in the wrong place. A ruptured ectopic pregnancy is a surgical emergency, so that means that we need to mobilize to the operating room immediately. She lost almost half of her blood volume, and so if she had waited longer, she would have bled into her abdomen and bled out. We had to take out one of Sarah's fallopian tubes, but she has the other tube which looked completely normal and functional, so that gives her a really good likelihood of achieving pregnancy in the future.
I woke up in the OR recovery room, and nurses there were monitoring me. They wheeled me to maternity ward. I didn't know it that night, but the next morning I found out that actually there were mothers there who had come up from New York City, and these mothers were giving birth, and the moms actually had COVID-19. I wasn't able to leave my room, so I was trying to get up and walk because I was supposed to. And I was only able to do that, though, within my room. Initially, I was concerned about that because I was no longer in a life-threatening situation, but the nurses made me feel very, very safe. I was in Albany Med for 2 nights. I needed to have a follow-up procedure. After my experience in April, I knew that Albany Med would take all of the necessary safety precautions to make sure that I was safe. I'm back to basically 100% at this point. I enjoy going hiking with my husband. I really just enjoy doing the mundane things that I do all the time, like walking my dog. I'd like to say to Dr. D'Onofrio, obviously, I can't thank you enough for saving my life. I'm so grateful to all of the nurses and the other doctors whose names I don't even know. We all know that nurses and doctors are amazing. They're heroes. But no one's ever saved my life before. It really gives a new perspective to what they do. I would not be here today if they weren't there doing their job